Good evening, salutations, my GH fans. So, question of the night. Should Curtis find a way to forgive Portia? Now, throughout the conversation with Curtis and Hat Daddy, aka Marshall kept talking about forgiveness and being human and tried to get him to look at it from her perspective. But in reality, I'm like, bro, your explanation wasn't really that much better. When you really stop and think about it, it really wasn't that much better. By the way, I want to sit there and apologize. I know I was running a little bit late. I didn't think I was running that late. Was good CW, was good to Havlin, was good Blackmon, was good Kyrie's. CW says forgive her, yes. Being with her, no. Okay. So, while people are coming in, because I'm going to hold this, was good Big Nate? Queen of the South is in the chat. It is always a blessing to see you. I'm doing pretty good. Gamer Girl, what's good, Gamer Girl? See, hitting the like button really does work. I know I say it's just a YouTube thing. Cheyenne was good. Cheyenne says watching the Big Show, a giant world record, a world documentary. Oh, the Big Show. Oh, okay. I'm doing good, Blackmon. I'm doing good. Curry says I got a spoiler alert. My prayers have been answered. Adam. Oh, wait, you watched tomorrow's episode? Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, Cheyenne. I know what you're talking about. Laura's in the chat. What's good, Laura? Makai's in the chat. I am writing my first poll question, so if I do miss you by accident, I will catch up to you. Becky D is in the chat. What's good, Becky D? What's good, Laura? Laura's in the chat. So I'm gonna leave this up for a little bit since people are still just coming in. CW says I was not. CW says I was not here for Marshall's defense of Portia. She could have easily run a DNA test. Yeah, and she could have did it, sooner. Even when it got, even when she got back into town, she could have. Mel's in the chat. Was good, Mel? Wait, so Mel, is that tomorrow's episode? Is that tomorrow's episode, Mel? Anyone in the chat know? Was good, Denise? Thank you for joining. I am so glad you came in tonight. It's really cool that you came in. Since yesterday, so it's good to have you again. Becky D, life is good. I'm glad to hear that. Double C's in the chat. AJ, what's good, AJ? I mean, all in all, I would sit there and say that it was a good episode. I sit there and say that GH was a good episode. They did a lot of fan service with Trina and Spencer, Heather and Ryan and the Esme stuff. So, all in all, good stuff. OCW, okay, it's tomorrow's episode. Okay. Okay. I gotta wake up somewhat early, and then I head to the library for a little bit. But I will be back to make sure I watch all the episodes of all the different stuff. Apparently YNR first. I saw today's episode of YNR, and I was like, "What?" And I mean, they literally did I wouldn't say they call it a Freaky Fridays episode, Oh, okay, all right, Mel. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Thank you for joining, Mel. Medora's in the chat. Medora says, "Everyone, if Curtis is Trina's father, let him forgive Portia. Just the co-parent, but it doesn't mean Portia has to be romantically in his life." Okay. Hmm. Okay. I don't know. You know, with me, Medora, I hold grudges. I hold grudges. It's very difficult for me to just forgive. You know, I mean, I know child's involved, and granted, she's like a teenager now, but still, because is Adam really the father, or is it Sally saying that because she know? Oh yeah. So did anyone watch? Did anyone watch today's episode? The where she does like you know, it was pretty much a Sally episode. I want to know did anyone actually watch it? What's good, Valerie? Thank you for joining. Daphne says, I love the fact that Spencer and Trina, got, yeah, I mean, it made a lot of people happy, so that's cool. Um, and he didn't push the issue. He felt like he was not going to take advantage of her, so that was cool. I fast forward through most of that stuff, though, to be honest, when he started kissing, but I got to that part, so that was very chivalrous of him. So I give him points for that. Not exactly his biggest fan, but I give him points for that. Curtis says, absolutely. See, okay. Double C says Curtis had to forgive her so he can move on, like Brock said, but don't take her back. Hmm. Brock is a he is much more of a gentleman than I am. Joy is in the chat. What's good, Joy? Tony D's in the chat. What's good, Tony D? Curry says yes. I watched tomorrow's episode of DNA. Just confirmed. Nick's not the father. Adam is. Adam got the cannon. Okay. I'm like, I'm gonna stop myself right there. Yeah, CW, I'm not gonna lie. He impressed me today. I have no idea what's gonna happen tomorrow, but today I give him his points. Um, every now and then, I guess he can actually surprise me in a good way. So, um, that's good. I guess. Now, my whole thing is how is Taggart? And you know, I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna leave that up for a little bit. Make sure that people answer the poll because I'm gonna do another one. This is about Taggart. Um, I wonder if Taggart's gonna come with the smoke. I wonder if Taggart's gonna sit there and be upset with Portia because as much as Curtis should be upset, Taggart should even be, if not more upset. Should be even more upset. So I really do hope that Taggart goes in on her. I really do because she deserves everything that she's getting. Mel says, "I love that Brady and Eric are investigating Sloan as she has Leisha and as her client." Yeah, you know, at first, you know, Eric was not cool with Brady just like, you know, going through her stuff, and I can understand that. And you know, Brady's only doing this way he can get back Chloe. You know, like he's only doing that so he can get back Chloe. I was like, bro, like I get that Chloe looks a little bit good. What's good, Monique? Thank you for joining. Valerie says, I want Miss Wu to comfort Curtis. I'm glad you enjoyed it, AJ. Laura says it'll be good that he's getting more mature, but I don't like saying he is at the point where he can take care of a child. I guess time will tell. It is time will tell. Like I said, I'm glad that people enjoyed the Sprina. God, you know, I don't even want to say that name. That Trina and Spencer scene, and the fans are finally getting some fan service. So that's cool. Thank you, Cheyenne. Thank you. I appreciate that. Kyrie says, well, Ava shot Ryan once. Hopefully, she'll do it again. Yeah, I'm wondering if that actually happened, Kyrie's. Because the game, well, yeah, I was kind of surprised by that too, Gamer Girl. And oh, also, thank you for joining, Gamer Girl. I wonder if Ava shoots him again because the dude is still standing. No, I know it's spring now. AJ, I'm just not. I'm not really into those names like Brangelina and stuff like that. But like I said, everyone else enjoyed it, and I think that's what mattered. That's what counts. I'm glad everyone had you know, they enjoyed the stuff. What's good, Nikisha? Thank you for joining. The great Nikisha Moore is in the chat. Mel says, I love if that Johnny found evidence of a stuffing bottle of some substance. Mel, hopefully they don't drag that out too much. Now, I will sit there and say this. Letitia's in the chat. This whole hook killer thing has come to an end. So people that weren't really fans of it and that they wanted it to end, it finally seemed like it's come to a close. So that's cool. Now, Natasha says Tiger didn't seem that upset like Curtis, but maybe he forgiven her. Man, I'm not gonna lie, Latasha. If he is more calm and just is like, we're just gonna let it go and he's just gonna forgive her, I was like, bro, this is exactly what they're talking about this lack of testosterone in these characters. I mean, specifically in these shows today, but literally, you know, eh, Curtis was too calm, and it seemed like Taggart just let it go. Like, how do you do that, by the way? How do you just sit there and be like, yeah, I know you had an affair, but it's cool. I still want to be with you. I mean, I get that he wants to take a certain level of responsibility, but at the end of the day, if you're unhappy, leave. Leave. If you're unhappy, leave. The fact that he's all like, oh, well, I did my part too. It's like, no, 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 bro. Listen, let me tell you something. Tiger does not speak for the whole male species. Okay? Really don't. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. Yes. We got 27 people in the chat. We got 9 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button because it really does help. We actually got a new person in here right now. So what's good, Tony D? Curtis was too easy on Portia. Lord, if that happened, Sonny. Go one, he would have called her every name in the book. Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, what happened to that? What is such crap? Honestly, tell you the truth, I'm sitting there trying to be diplomatic about it. It's such crap. Carrie says Sally needs to get over herself. I hope. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Carrie. In the beginning, Sally was annoying the living hell out of me. Living hell out of me. One minute she had the test and then she complained about how she had it too soon. Then she wanted to sit there and leave because she didn't want to sit there and have a reaction, be all crazy. What's good, Anna? She didn't want to have she didn't want to sit there and have a loud reaction for everyone. But then she wanted to sit there and sit down. I was like, can you make up your mind? Like, I'm not gonna lie, Sally annoyed me throughout this whole episode. Cheyenne says Portia is too overrated. Exactly, Joy. What I'm saying, like this level of oh well, what's good, Atara? Thank you for joining. This whole level of oh well, I played my part, and Joy, the fact that he didn't sit there and suspect that, Like, not only did he not demand a paternity test, that he just, took her for her word. But when Trina asked, "Did you know there was a possibility I wasn't your father?" He said no. I was like, "Bro, you are a detective, though, right? Like, you are a detective. I don't understand that." You know, Nikisha, to some extent, yes. But at the end of the day, Portia's still the wrong person in this whole thing. So, well, yeah, the fact that they were both smart people and just were completely stupid about this whole thing, and I do agree with that. At the end of the day, Portia's still 100% wrong. Um, Tony D said he wasn't feeling the kiss. Angela's in the chat. Angela said he speaks for the majority. It happened in everyday life, and I like today's wine. Okay, I'm glad you liked it. What's good, Jonathan? What's good, Cat Lady? Thank you for joining. Yeah, I mean, listen. Like I said, YNR wasn't. I honestly tell you the truth, YNR wasn't for me. Today's episode, B&B was just so stupid. But you know what? I will sit there and say this. I will sit there and say this about B&B. One second. Anna says, "What is it about Portia that makes reasonable men lose their minds?" Anna, I think we both know what it is that makes men lose their minds, but um, I'm not gonna say it exactly, Jonathan. I mean, listen, I'm not knocking if somebody actually liked YNR, it was cool, but like Jonathan said, it pissed me off. It was annoying. Was good, Renee? Thank you for joining. Was good, Solomon? Thank you for joining. Hey, yeah, no, Denise, I was over it also. Dolly's in the chat. Was good, Dolly? There was one point where Taylor, the Karen, came out and she was talking about, oh, love this and love that, and oh, we gotta sit there. Where's the love? Where's the love? And I was just like, shut up. But there was one point where Thomas says Taylor said something, right? And Thomas was like, "Oh, you mean Steffi's version? Like Steffi's version? Oh, she's not there telling me Steffi's version of what happened?" And Steffi was just like, and I'm not gonna lie, when her reaction, eh, maybe it was just a quick reaction, but her reaction was just, I was like, she just jumped. She just, in my book, she just jumped at least a good 10 points, coolness wise. Because as much as I haven't liked Steffi in the past, her facial expressions is priceless. Like priceless. She was just like, I actually had to rewind that twice. It was just one of those things that was like, did she really just do that to Thomas? Like the whole time she just kept looking at him like, so I enjoyed that. I mean, yeah, B&B, the episode was crap. It was. Gamer Girl, that may at some point it'll probably happen. Hopefully they don't hopefully they don't draw it out for too long, I was saying. Hopefully they do not draw it out for too long. Exactly, Atara. And that's exactly why I was just sitting there saying it was crap. It was like all hope did. Oh, it was good, Gwen. Thank you for joining. Yeah, Gwen, I same. I did not like it. But Atara, All Hope kept doing was whining. That's all she's been doing for the last past couple of days was whine. Whine and whine and whine. And I'm like, Hope, it's literally been a couple hours. It's literally have been a couple of hours. And all she kept doing was whining. I'm like, what's your problem? Listen, I get that she misses her son, but no one likes that they're watching a show when the character is doing nothing but moping all the time. And that's all she did today. Mel says, I don't like Thomas, but he was right about Steffi for years. Was parenting trapping. That's true. That's true, Mel. I give him that much, but Taylor was just getting on my damn nerves. Nikisha, I can start to see that. I can start to see that. Double C said YNR wasn't watchable. Sally was cool when she was on B&B, but now she turned into Chelsea. Double C, speaking of Chelsea, and granted, these are just rumors that Chelsea's probably not going to be on the show for a little bit or whatever because apparently she's pregnant. So CW says, and then there was the usual gathering of the whole fan club. I was not there for that, especially Brooke saying Hope is the reason Douglas is. Yeah, I mean, Brooke does enable Hope a lot, but to be fair, Taylor kind of enables Thomas in a lot of ways as well. Like she should have never treated Thomas. You can't sit there and be objective, and you can't be in that situation like that. So she should have really passed off the buck to somebody else instead of doing it herself. Joy says, "What gets me with Hope is she does have another child that she was desperate." Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Joy. She kept sitting there talking about how it was so quiet. It was going to be so quiet in the house, and I think Brooke was like, "Well, Kelly's going to be coming back soon, or Beth. Yeah, Beth is going to be coming back soon." But she didn't even sit there and seem like she was happy about that, like at all. It's like, "Oh, Beth is going to be back in a little bit." Yeah, but Douglas, I really miss Douglas, and like, how do you think that makes Beth feel? You know? Tony D says, I'm so sick of Thomas whining. I screamed at the TV too. Careless, shut up. Yeah. Shauna's in the chat. What's good, Shauna? So you disagree with that too, Mel? Laura says, I like Esme not having memory. I don't agree the child should. Yeah, I mean, I don't either. I don't either. Um, but yeah, no, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that. I know, and it's funny too because some people, I've seen at least two people in the chat. Well, not in the chat, but two people in my comment section when this was their whole Peter August thing, and somebody was like, "Well, I know this is going to sound really bad," and I was like, "If you start off the sentence with 'I know this is going to sound really bad,' you probably shouldn't type it. You probably shouldn't type it." But she was like, "Oh well, I hope that Maxie loses the baby," and I'm just like, "How do you say that? Like, how do you like as a human being? How do you sit there and say that? Like, I get it's a show, but I'm like, how on God's earth do you sit there and say something like that? You know? What's good, what's good, Victoria? Thank you for joining. Thank you, Anna. Thank you for rejoining. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I can't believe it's actually been a month since I've been doing a whole membership thing, and it's been really cool having everyone um during our membership I can't think right now. Our membership lives and stuff like that. It's been really fun. So I thank you again, Anna. Thank you. It is lit in here. And thank you for being a member again. I appreciate that. What's good, Janet? Thank you for joining. Marsha. What's good, Marsha? Thank you for joining. Mel says Sarah's going to get pregnant by Xander and is going to have Rex as the father or not. Tell Xander. Mel, I can see her doing some spitefulness like that too. For somebody who's all very judgy, it was good, Shauna. I can see it. I can see her doing something like that. For somebody who's very judgy, I can see her doing that. That gamer girl says, "I wish." You wish what? Now Nikki said, "It's a fictional baby." My okay. Well, first of all, I'm sorry to hear that, Nikisha. I'm really sorry to hear that. Tara says, I mean, unrealistic situation has been having under a lot of stress, but since she is 9 months, I doubt that the baby would pass away. She jump up. Yeah, I mean that's true. Um, I don't know. Like I said, it just. I mean, like I said, people have a right to their opinions, and in reality, I really shouldn't be sitting there judging them on that. It's just one of those things. When I read it, it feels off to me. It feels off to me. But that's just my opinion. Mel says I heard that Stephanie is going to get pregnant by the Alex. Oh, we're gonna do that. Well, Mel, it is a soap opera, so I can see them doing something like that. Monique says, "Don't think Heather is that stupid to give Ava a loaded gun." Yeah, but Monique, she did give him a loaded gun because Ava did shoot him in the arm. Yeah, Sean, I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely a double standard. Definitely a double standard. Yeah, Kyrie, I gotta watch this episode tomorrow because it looks like it's good though. This shows how a human can negative opinions about fictional characters. I get it. Um, I don't even know what to say to that. But I mean, again, I'm sorry to hear that, Nikisha. I am. Tora says Nicholas' body needs to disappear. It makes no sense that the body is still in the stables. The gun. Maybe the hunt had one bullet. That's true. Thank you, Blackmon. Thank you. Yes. I saw that number for a hot minute and I was like, what? Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. You have no idea how much that actually helps. It really does. So thank you. Thank you again, Anna. But yeah, Blackman, yeah, we're getting a lot of people in all the time. That's why I always sit there and say, hit the like button because it really does help. That was I saw that number too, Blackman. I mean, granted, said like 42, but I saw that was good, Ron. Um, it's just one of those things where it's like it's just surprising, you know. That's why I'm always just like, if I miss you in the chat, don't take it personal. Ron was good. I'm glad you're able to join. Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much. You are amazing. Thank you, and you make these live streams really good. So thank you for being here. Laura says maybe Nicholas was taken away early by Mason. Maybe Laura. Caroline is in the chat. What's good, Caroline? Thank you for joining. All right, so I think I'm gonna take this poll down. Okay, so that's interesting. Well, I'm gonna take this poll down. So 45 says yes, that Curtis should forgive Portia, and 54 says no. Okay, very interesting. Thank you again. Thank you, Anna. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for for the renewal. Thank you. That's not true, Cheyenne. I mean, I drink soda, I drink wine, drink alcohol. Depends. Depends on the mood. Valerie says a hell no for me. Look at Carly. AJ, yep, Ron is in the building. Yeah, don't he seem like he's just gonna be up and kicking in no time. I mean, it wasn't poison in it, so apparently in Heather's eyes it's okay. I mean, the dude was bleeding out on the floor for a while, but whatever. Crystal is in the chat. Was good, Crystal? And it will be Mason and not Nicholas. Now that would be interesting. That would be interesting. I mean, again, I personally hope the baby doesn't die. That's just me. Mel says I can't believe Chelsea killed Billy. Oh yeah, tomorrow's episode. Shauna says Curtis got smoke for Stella and Jordan. And you know that Jordan's gonna get a lot of the smoke too, right? Johnson says, I have a poll question for you, Albert G. Should bring back Jason even if it's a new actor. Thank you, Jonathan. It's a really good question. Good poll question, Jonathan. Good poll question. Should General Hospital bring back Jason, even with a new actor? Okay, Nikeshi, I got your answer. Denise says if they bring Jason back, Drew's in trouble. Dora says, LOL, if they bring back Jason, he might be able to stop Michael with his foolishness. Yeah, that's very true. AJ says Jason's ship is with a tunnel or the harbor. He can stay dead if Steve isn't coming back. All right. So yeah, vote. Let me know. Let me know because I got another poll question. Victoria says Ryan has destroyed her happiness ending she was having Nicholas. Laura says yes, GH has been good these past few days. Portia. Laura said watch how fast Carly throws Drew to the side like last time. I mean that's a good question. My whole thing. See, for me, I would sit there and say, think I'm happy where I am with my way to Cheyenne. But really, Jonathan. Okay. See, my whole thing is like I get that to a certain extent, but here's the thing though. Steve has came back twice, right? So let's say he comes back again. If he comes back again, the fans are gonna want Steve to be Jason. So we're gonna pull a whole Drew situation all over again, and we're gonna pull a whole Billy all over again. When you stop to think about it, I genuinely felt bad for Billy. I mean, this dude literally left his job to sit there and work somewhere else. So now you got Billy being Jason, and now he's pretty much kicked aside to be another character. And in a lot of ways, it felt like his character was somewhat useless. Well, it wasn't as important. You know, they even tried to set him up with a, you know, with a son that he never knew about and a woman that he didn't even know about. So Justice said, I don't think GH would do that this time around. What do you mean? And what's good, Dolly? What do you mean that they won't do that this time around? You're talking about tomorrow's episode. Marsha said Billy was my man. Marsha, did you like Billy version of Jason better than Steve's? Now Victoria says, yeah, Jason only works with Steve. They did so. Yeah, they did him. Yeah, they did. They did. And don't get me wrong, Steve's my guy and everything. But and Johnson says if the new Jason is overseas, they probably won't throw them out that easily. Yeah, there was a division. There was a division between like there was a lot of people that there was people that liked Billy's version, and then there was other people that was just like, nah, not really working for me. But the thing is, that's so crazy that we are getting. I feel like we're getting new people to watch the show, and maybe the new people that's watching or people who haven't really seen Jason at his best, his glory years, could probably easily accept a new Jason. They can easily accept a new Jason. Gwen, did I say what's up to you, by the way? Now, Dolly says, if it was an actor, I'd never take the role of Jason. They just kick you to the curb as soon as Steve comes. Yeah, exactly, Dolly. Just like Billy. Just like Billy. So, and also, if he did come back, you know, if he decided he wanted to come back, what are you going to do then? So it's kind of an issue. And also, when you really start to think about it, and I'm gonna wait to that stuff to people finish. Really think about it. Is the mob stuff even really prevalent anymore in the show? Like they don't really do mob stuff like they used to. Like not heavily like they used to. You know, you had Anthony Sakara, you had Lorenzo Alcazar. You know, oh, what's good, Shakira? You had Lorenzo Alcazar. You had all these different threats. You had Manuel Louise. Exactly, Jonathan. You had, well, yeah, that's true. You had Cyrus. But I don't feel like it's as prevalent as it was back then. You know, Sonny was literally take no prisoners. Yeah, I do use Amazon, Cheyenne. I'm watching The Boys. Well, I still gotta watch the last episode of The Boys on Amazon Prime. So yeah, I do use Amazon. Marsha says everyone is getting older. Albert, yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. It's just like it's not as prevalent anymore. So it's like, what is Jason's role going to be if he did come back? That's another problem. They can bring him back, but it's like, what are they gonna bring him back for? You know. Now Tony D says, "How about Kyle X Brady?" I gotta see how he looks, Tony D. I gotta see how he looks. Now Nikki said, "I don't miss Jason. I wish GH was on hospital base. I want a big hospital story. Bring Jerry Jacks back so he can poison town." And that's another thing, Nikisha. Thank you for pointing that out. Now Monique says, "Yeah, no, Anna, he's not. He's definitely not who he used to be." Uh, Now Monique says, "Do you think people were afraid of Jason when he was in charge or Sonny?" Definitely, definitely Jason. Well, you mean like when? That's a good question. That's a good question. I gotta think about that. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, there really isn't. CW says he played Rex on Days now. Oh, I don't. CW, I don't see it. I don't see him as being Jason. I don't see him as being Jason. I really don't. Renee's the only thing I liked about Billy. That is very true, Renee. That is the one thing I can sit there and say. Um, you are 100% right about that. Sherry says, "I would love for Laura and Kevin to and Esme and the baby and see what happens in drama." Well, thank you for joining, Sherry. Seems like Esme rushed into. Oh yeah, saying yeah. And it says there 52 people in the chat. Remember when you was like, yeah, I do remember. I do remember Anna. I'm I'm ecstatic. I'm always blown away by that. I am. I'm always. And Brooklyn's in the chat. What's good, Brooklyn? I do remember that, Anna, and I'm very grateful to have everyone here in the chat. Like seriously, I do. I definitely do not take um any of this for granted. Thank you, Marsha. Thank you. Yes, we got 52 people in the chat. We got 26 likes. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the stream because clearly we getting some new people in the chat and it really does help. Um, it really does. The channel's growing and it's growing because of everyone here. So thank you. But yeah, when Akeisha said something along the line, well, Akeisha brought up something. They don't have. Now, AJ said you have 57 for a minute. Yeah, I saw that. But still, even 50 people, even 40 people, like I said, I started with like maybe 7 or 9, you know? Kyrie's is one of the MVPs of the night. Thank you, Kyrie's. Kyrie's just gifted another membership. So if you're thinking about joining the memberships, it's oh Denise, okay, thank you. Denise just joined. Thank you, Kyrie's. Thank you so much. Kyrie's, you're amazing. You really are. You really are amazing. So thank you. Thank you, Kyrie's again. But yeah, what I was gonna sit there and say was they don't do the big stories anymore. The water pathogen, the hotel, like the hotel fire. Um, they don't do that stuff anymore. And I know it has a lot to do with budgets and stuff like that, but I really did miss those. I really did miss those scenes, especially scenes where it's like characters that don't normally interact with each other have to be put in a situation where they kind of have to, that they have to help each other out. I miss that stuff. I mean, they even did it on, they did it on One Life to Live. When I first started watching it, the train story, with Nora, I guess she lost the memories, and Colin had her in his room or whatever. Yeah, they definitely had. They def. What the hell? They definitely have. Now Nate says, as much as I like Jason, I think with SP's time is done. Like making a new mess with a new character playing Jason. Yeah, and that's another thing, with Steve. The dude literally got kicked out of GH, but Dave's welcomed him with open arms, you know, and not to get into the whole vaccine thing or anything like that, but why would Steve want to come back to GH? You know, like why would he want to come back to GH when he left? That was his choice. I think the first two times that was his choice. But this dude literally got fired. So why would I want to sit there and beg to come back to a job that just kicked me to the curb because they wanted me to do something that I didn't believe in? So I don't see it. Just I don't see it. And always says the one thing that the UK soaps have on America soaps, they still do annual crazy stunts. Yeah. Now on Willow and Dex. Tyron is in the chat. What's good, Tyron? It's been a minute. Now, Kyrie says Josh and Michael made themselves my permanent enemies by ruining my crushes on Willow and Dex. Okay, yeah, I can see it now. Took me a second, but I can see it now. And they say, yeah, but Steve comes and goes as he please. That's true. That's true. Renee, I mean, yeah, I mean, granted, yeah, there's both sides to it. Um, so you do have a point, but I don't know. Tyron said, yeah, Albert got busy trying to finish my English 103 paper. Okay, no, it's all good, Tyron. It's just it's always really great to see you in the chat. But no, definitely your school comes first. So um AJ said, hey, can you do another poll? Oh, sure, AJ. Let me take this one down. Well, tell me what the poll is, and I can tell you if I can do it. Sometimes with this stuff, it doesn't let me. Yeah, again, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I really don't. I mean, like I said, I like GH. I understand the rules. And like Renee was Smith is saying, dude comes and goes as he pleases. Like he left twice, so I do get that. And again, even with the whole, should he take it, should he not? Now AJ says, do you think Heather was supposed to be the hook killer? I'm gonna add to that, AJ. Thank you. Hmm. Well, yeah, I don't really know much about wrestling originally. Here's the definition of originally. From originally, at first. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna add to that. But yes, when is Christina? Oh no, Tony D says, "Where's Christina? Why didn't they bring her back?" Yeah, they tend to do that a lot. But that's a very good question, AJ. Yeah. Daisy Flowers in the chat was good. Daisy Flower. Oh, I definitely messed that up. That's a very good question. Thank you for saying that. Um, do you think Heather Weber was originally supposed to be the hook killer? Now, that's a really good question because, Nikisha brought this up a couple of times and some other people have as well. Is that they seem like they kind of are somewhat flying by the seat of their pants, you know? Nikisha is no joke. But do you think that she was originally supposed to be the hook killer? Because, like I said, I feel like they are flying by the seat of their pants. Literally, they are flying by the seat of their pants. And I don't know if anyone, like a lot of people remember when Nathaniel Gray was in the chat, he was simply telling us that he gets his schedule. Well, he gets his script 4 days before he's supposed to. Yeah, Valley. He gets his script 4 days before he's supposed to like act and stuff like that and do his scenes. And I'm just like, if he's getting his script 4 days before he has to start, you know, that's very true, Tyrone. Jessica's in the chat. Jessica says I'm in a bad mood, but I'm here. I'm sorry that you're in a bad mood, Jessica. I'm happy that you're here. I'm sorry that you're in a bad mood, though. And I don't know. Hopefully, we can sit there and make it somewhat better a little bit, or at least I can try. It's like Sunny wasn't supposed to be okay. Sunny, I feel like originally Sunny was supposed to be the one to take out Cyrus, not the town, not Laura and Curtis. You know, it wasn't supposed to end out in some sort of standoff. With a mob boss like Cyrus being cornered in some sort of house. With Portia. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Janet. You are amazing. Thank you for saying that. That is the running theory, Caroline. Krista said, "I was good." Krista said, "I still don't think Heather is the only hook killer. I still think she's a copycat." Now, Krista, do you say that because you're disappointed with the hook killer? Are you disappointed with Heather being a hook killer, or do you just genuinely believe that? Very curious about that. Hmm. Been a while since I actually had any sort of ice cream with vanilla in it. Billy says I think that Nixon Foster one was supposed to be Sunny and Brando. Story that got reworked. Oh, Brenda, really? I mean, yeah, it's definitely. I think we can all agree that the Nixon's four storyline didn't really make a well. It didn't make a lot of sense. It didn't make a whole lot of sense when you stop to think about it. And grant this, I feel like this was because Maurice Bernard pushed so much for this story. It just said I think the killer was supposed to be Rory or ADA Arden. Yeah, vote. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. You got 31 people so far to vote it. Well, if you can vote, vote. I was saying. I'm gonna leave it up for a little bit. Marsha says, I thought Heather was a copycat. I think someone else started her off as a hook killer. Maggie. Yeah, that was definitely the running theory was Maggie and stuff. Now Krista says I believe that I always suspected the ardent who killed her because she lost a job. Hey, Krista, I do remember you saying that in the beginning. I do remember you saying that. Victoria says Nixon Foster line was a hot mess. It was dragged out so much, and the chemistry and characters, I wasn't there for it. I wasn't here for it. Yeah, it was definitely dragged out. And Jessica says you would have liked it better if it was on the ADA. AJ, I can see where you're coming from, physical stats wise. Yeah, I can definitely see it. Daisy Flower, I like Carly and Drew. Was good. Was good, Jennifer. Thank you for joining. That's very true. That's very true. Dolly, they were together for a while. Cheyenne says Hooters is delicious. Cheyenne says Hooters is delicious. I feel like there's a dirty joke in there somewhere, and I just don't want to say it. But Becky D was good. Becky D, did I actually say hi to you? I hope I said hi to you. Oh, I didn't know that, Krista. Well, yeah, I mean, I definitely did like Cyrus when he first came in. I still do, but I'm just come on, Tyron. I mean, you don't just sit there and set up something like that. Well, here's the thing, Nikisha. I'm glad I was able to say it without actually saying it. So, I'm trying to keep this PG-13. Okay, I'm trying to keep this a family-friendly show, or as much as a family-friendly show as possible. Let's go ahead. Oh, come on, Marsha. Come on, Marsha. Tony D says, okay, good. Of course, Jennifer, of course. I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, Shakira. I really am. I I hope the stream made you feel a little bit better. You know, on some level. Becky says, yeah. And if they don't go there for the food, it's been a while since I actually been to one of those places. Well, is that well, Black Man? I'm glad we all got the joke without actually me saying it. So, AJ said we're adults here, so keep it raw. No, I know. But it's one of those things where it's like, AJ, I think the joke just kind of set up itself. Sorry. I really didn't have to. I think that was the beauty of that moment. But no, I am sorry to hear. I'm sorry to hear that shit, Karen. JD Flaw says Brenda versus Nina. Brenda is just so immature. Now Tyrone says the messed up part about Cyrus is that he is Laura Emar's brother. Plus has he really changed? I guess. But it's also like they just kind of took out the fun of him. Yeah, I didn't even notice it until I just looked. So I just looked. Like I said, Laura, the channel's growing. And you being in here is definitely a part of that. So that's why I always say hit the like button. When I say hit the like button, I'm not just saying it for funsies. Um, and I know I have to be like this whole YouTuber thing, say hit the like button, hit the like button. But Clearly, it does help. Really does help. Shauna says, I never liked Brenda. Lily was my girl. ABC is in the chat. What's good, ABC? It says, how do you sign up for memberships, Albert? Spiderquake was good. Well, ABC, is there a join button on the bottom page of it? Also, ABC, do you have an iPhone? Because that's kind of important if you have an iPhone. What's good, Spiderquake? If you don't have an iPhone, you should be able to see the join button. I think on the right hand side, there was underneath the screen. Yeah, definitely ABC. I'll definitely love to have you in the chat and the members exclusive live streams and stuff. Janice says, so is Nick the baby daddy weird episode? Yeah, it was definitely weird. It was. Didn't really do much for me. CW says, how big? Oh yeah, exactly. See, that's exactly what I was asking. I was like, does she have an iPhone? Oh, yeah, you do have an iPhone. Okay, that's so annoying. My imagination. I see 60 people in the chat. That's so annoying that there's a couple ways you can go by the ABC. If you go to, I think Safari or Safari, it's kind of like the desktop version of YouTube. You know what? Let's see if I can do something. I'm not ignoring anyone. I promise. Maybe I can try to pin it. I should start doing that in the beginning. I don't know if it works now. I think the last time I tried, it didn't work. Why am I pressing this link and it's not working? Are you serious? That's annoying. Really, bro? Yeah, Nikisha, that's what I was trying to do, but I don't know if it actually. This is so annoying. I swear. BDI. Oh, Derek? I'm gonna call you Derek. Derek is Team Brenda. Now, ABC says I have an iPad and I don't see the join button. That's so weird. Only other thing I could sit there and say is if you go to your Google, type in YouTube desktop mode. If you type in YouTube desktop mode, you should be able to see it somewhere because it'll take you to the desktop version. Thank you, Nikisha. Yeah, Nikisha said maybe someone else who can see the join button can post it in the chat. Yeah, if you can post it in the chat as far as the join button, um, and if you don't have an iPhone, then definitely post it in the chat and I will pin it. Laura Lily is Sunny's first wife. Well, it depends on what show you're talking about, Laura. Are you talking about GH? For what reason? Oh, okay, all right, Monique. That's what I was sitting there wondering. I was like, wait, there's. Wow, that's so annoying because I can't even sit there and find it on mine. Yeah, that was actually before I started watching the show. That's so annoying. Yeah, if you could post it in the chat, that would definitely help. Or ABC, I think it's one other thing. Oof, that look annoying. But but you know what, ABC, what I'm gonna sit there and try to do is next time is post it. If for some odd reason it's not letting me post it. Now Tony D says, I'm gonna try it in the beginning. This way I won't get so flustered try to do it later on. Melanie says, I love Adam as a father for Connor. I just wish he had Christian dad. I'm not okay, and this is something that I don't understand. I understand that for whatever reason, Adam allowed Christian to be raised by Nick. But at some point, thank you, Kyrie. Thank you. Thank you. So Kyrie's just gifted another membership. So ABC, if you can, Atara just got joined. Thank you, Kyrie. Thank you, Atara. I love the icon star on you. Thank you, Kyrie. Thank you, Kyrie. You are amazing. I'm so lucky. I really am. Thank you, Kyrie, really for just believing in me. Thank you. Yeah, John, but that's why I don't understand. Why did he just step aside so much, though? You know? Oh yeah, no, I watched that, Monique. I watched that. It's, yeah, I am generally just I'm speechless. I'm speechless, Nikisha. I really am. I mean, we got 50 people in the chat. Oh yeah, no, definitely CW. Kyrie's is definitely the MVP, without a doubt. Skinner says they wouldn't let Adam have Christian. Yeah, but like even now, okay. The reason why I'm sitting there bringing that up is because I remember Christina when she grew up. She was so upset with Sonny, and she was like, "You didn't fight for me. You didn't fight for me. You would have fought for Morgan, and you would have fought for Michael, but you didn't fight for me." Now, when Christian grows up, he's going to have that same resentment towards Adam for not fighting for him. I mean, granted, I know. Thank you, Becky D. Thank you. Yeah, we got 53 people in the chat, 38 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. Now, Gwen says, well, what happened was in the chat. What do you mean, Gwen? What do you mean by that? On some level, he wanted to prove Nick that he could do the right thing for his son. I mean, I get that. I get that, ABC. I do. I just look at it and I'm just like, you know what it is, ABC? I just know that Christian's going to grow up and he's going to resent Adam for not fighting for him. You know? Lady Flaw says Christian know that Adam is really Lady Flaw. Okay, I didn't know that. But still, I don't know. But you're right, Atara. They really show Christian at this point anyway. So it is and that's another thing. I feel like it's very difficult to get emotionally invested in that when they barely show him. Tyrone says, I was 15. I didn't have much time to watch stories. Those stories in GH. I was fifth grade in class, eighth grade. Oh, wow. That sucks, Tyrone. Trust me. That is definitely not fun. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. Yeah, well, also, Nikisha, probably has a lot to do with labor laws. Have a good night, Krista. Thank you for joining. So annoying. It's like I go to this. Oh, now they want to show it. Ain't that something else? Okay, I'm gonna try something real quick. Copy. Let's see if this works. Have a good night, Cheyenne. Stay safe. Oh, you idiot. Okay, ABC. I'll stay on this page. Let me end this poll. All right, so I think I pinned. ABC. If you go to what's in the pin comment, it should take you to the join button. And if anyone goes to that link in the pin comment, let me know if you see the join button. I've been trying to do that for a hot minute, and like it just was not working. Katara says because they dropped the ball with the whole Jocelyn Dev, the fake cousin situation. And he had that other guy on there as well. The guy from Like to Live that was going out with Lulu. On the case, it just took you to the video, so it didn't show you the join button. So annoying. But okay, but underneath, does it actually say the join button though, or no? And what's good, hippie? Thank you for joining. No, okay. Well, that sucks. But thank you, Nikisha and Kyrie, for looking into that. I guess the only other thing I could sit there and say, if you have like a desktop or a laptop, you can try going on there, ABC, to see if, yeah, I'm sorry, Gwen. I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna try to work on that a little bit more. Because we are definitely growing as a channel here and in the memberships, for our memberships. And that's largely thanks to Kyrie's and just everyone here. Exactly, and Dolly as well. Dolly as well. Kyrie says even Victoria told Nick that would be inappropriate. Angie says I hope I'm about to hop on space. Yeah, Gwen, because you have an iPhone, and for some odd reason it doesn't work on iPhones. So, but that's why I was sitting there saying, Gwen, if you have like a laptop or a desktop, I know it'll work on there. That's another question I do want to ask. I do want to sit there and ask. And this is specifically about, okay, ABC, okay, well, thank you. Thank you for just joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for just being here. I'm very curious about this question. I'm very curious about this. Nikisha, I got to do that one day as far as Discord. You go on Twitter Space to listen to soap talk, Space to listen to people talk about soaps and stuff like that. So I'm very curious about that. CW says they hate Adam because he's Victor's namesake. Hmm. Like I know Candace Mack goes on there, Jakars goes on there sometimes. There's some other people that go on there. So I'm very curious about that. Like, I don't know. I guess for me personally, I don't know if it's really that popular as far as going on Twitter space. Valerie says this is the only soap chat I go to. Well, thank you, Valerie. Tony D says Twitter can be toxic sometimes. Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, Atari, I only found that out like maybe a couple months ago. Okay. If you don't have Twitter, okay. Well, I guess in some ways that can be kind of a good thing. The ones I listened to were quality and positive. Mm, well, hippie in a lot of ways you're not really missing much because again, it could be very toxic there. I mean, granted, I will sit there and say it can be toxic on all social media platforms. Okay, I'm not I'm not just gonna sit there and sing about Twitter, but in general, you're not really missing much. But yeah, no, I'm very curious about that because Jakar sometimes he'll sit there and send me links to listen to him and Candace Mack on there, so I go on there from time to time or whatever, kind of hear what they got to say. I don't know. I feel like it's not really super popular. You know, Tony says Tony D says this group is fun and breezy. We just chilling here. Exactly. Thank you, Tony D. Thank you. Mel says Adam family is all jealous of Adam, but he has sacrificed a lot for his family by doing good things from his heart. I really do wish I would actually kind of watch in the earlier days to sit there and see this whole fandom thing with Adam. I came in late to the game, so China says they never treated him like family, but when Nick needed him to save Faith, he risked his freedoms to save her not once but twice. Nikki said popularity doesn't equal with equate with quality to them. That's no, that's true. That's true, Nikisha. It is. You're right about that. Hippie says I like you two the best. Well, I mean, just You have a point. I don't know. I guess I just look at it and I'm just like, I mean, don't get it twisted. Don't get me wrong. Um, if people like going on Twitter Space, I think that's good for them. I think it's room for you to sit there and be on all different social media platforms as long as you're having a good time. I just like for me when I look at Twitter, I don't think of like radio and like podcast kind of a vibe. I think that's what I mean by like popular and stuff. Like when I think of Twitter, I don't think of people like talking about soap operas on there. You know, like maybe Instagram I can see that. You know, because Instagram is like very video formed and stuff like that. So I don't know. Thank you, Tony D. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we honestly tell you the truth, in all reality, we all do have a good time here. You know, that's one of the things I really love about doing this. Is why I always sit there and say it's my favorite part of the day. Literally, is doing this. I'm gonna be honest. Today wasn't bad. Today was stressful, but knowing that I get to come here and do this, it made it so much better. Monique says if no, Mel says Adam saved Faith from the car accident, gave a kidney, saved Nick from a tornado. Wow. Now my dude was literally Captain Save All. Monique says if Adam was Nick and Victor's son, would have treated him differently. Nikki said I really go on Twitter, but when I do, I see a lot of soap talk. Okay. Tara said true. I wonder if I should get Peacock to watch Days of Our Lives. You know, Tara, I will say this. Out of all the soap operas, Days of Our Lives is my favorite. Well, Days of Our Lives, I feel like the story is just told the best. You know, it's just really told the best compared to GH. Now, Gwen says I'm a member of Phoenix channel and I didn't have problems joining. That's why I don't understand what's going on. And I joined on the same phone. I've been members of his group for 3 years. Wow. Yeah, honestly, I would hate to sit there and say that YouTube doesn't like me, but I don't know. That's the weirdest thing. I'm gonna have to sit there and try to look into that. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm gonna have to work on that tomorrow. Then I'm gonna have to work on that tomorrow. Thank you, Kyrie. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I'm glad you was here because you definitely were the MVP of the night. So I appreciate you. Which said YouTube likes you. Well, I think people like me. Like the people in the chat. YouTube sometimes it's yeah. Trace, I'm gonna sit there and work on that tomorrow though. Well, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. Jennifer, what it really comes down to is I always feel like I'm talking to friends, and it makes what I do so easy. You know. But have a good night, Kyrie. Yeah, Nikisha, I can definitely second that. Monique says, have a good night, Tony D. Thank you for joining. This was a lot of fun. So thank you everyone for being here. Have a good night, Valerie. Thank you for joining. This was a lot of fun. Did you Floss says Adam forgave forever. Owes faith he messed up the beginning of her life. Hmm. Oh, okay, my bad. My bad, Valerie. I read that wrong. Polka Dot is in the chat. What's good, Polka Dot? How's the music going? Oh, okay, hippie. Okay. Have a good night, Denise. Thank you for joining. How's the music going, Polka Dots? Um, Polka Dots. I'm still looking forward to that song when everything gets dropped. So I hope that you didn't forget. Like serious, I'm being dead ass serious. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Johnson says Adam did try to get custody of Christian when he first returned to town. Yeah, no, I remember that, Jonathan. But then it was just like I don't know. I just feel like, and you know what? It's very hard to sit there and really speculate too much on YNR because I've only been watching it for about a good year. Okay, all right, polka dots. All right, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure because I sit there and remind you every now and then. Lady Flower says he gave faith to Ashley and told Sharon her baby was dead. Oh wow, that is messed up. Yeah, Nikisha, I like Ashley, but Ashley just comes across as a goddess, so it's kind of yeah. I don't even really have anything to say about that, but I'm glad you're doing good, Polka Dots. I'm glad you're in the chat. I just want to make sure you didn't forget because I'm always sitting there listening to that part, then it just stops, and I'm just like, so. But I do go on your channel a lot, and I do listen to that song. Lady Flower said this is why Nick had hatred for Adam. Okay, yeah, I can I can understand that. Tara says I hope this helps. And thank you again, Jonathan. Thank you. Now, Lady Flower says Ashley tried to drive. Adam tried to drive Ashley crazy. Hmm. Wow. Okay. Johnson says, when do you think EJ will find out that Xander kidnapped Susan? It's been a hot minute. I almost totally forgot about that. I almost totally forgot about that. I'm still waiting on that. They still do got the whole like the poison. Well, not the poisoning thing, but um Stefan, drugging EJ and stuff like that. So he still got that going on. Well, thank you, Polka Dots. Thank you. I appreciate that. Nikki said, Albert, do you know how Abby was born and why not? No. How was she born? Thank you, Polka Dots. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You are amazing. Thank you. Yeah, no, no. I want to know because I don't know. I want to know. Monique says, wait, if Tucker approached Adam to rebuy McCall, gave Adam a job at McCall, they can co-see. Tracy says, will you do a meetup at some point? Yeah, I would, Tracy. I definitely would. I know. Trust me, Hippie. I am 50, 47. I mean, you guys sit there and think about where I first started, you know? Like this is, Hippie, it's all still new to me. But it's so exciting though, too. ABC says Johnny knows, so sooner or later EJ will get even with Xander. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Now, Nikisha, I watched clips. YNR was wild back then. Okay. All right. So, Nikisha, okay. So, I guess without typing it, then I should probably just look that up. Okay. I definitely will. AJ said, yes, you should. No, I definitely am. I definitely am. This, Nikisha, without even saying this just sounds crazy. That Tyrone says my grandmother when was still alive used to watch Wine on B&B. Now I may not watch Wine on much, but I watch B&B on YouTube whenever I can. I missed it. I mean, Tyrone, you didn't really miss much, um, except for Steffi and her priceless expressions. Now, Daily Plus says she broke into his lap and took it. What? Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. And Johnson says, I bet EG will wear a clown mask when he first approached Xander. It's definitely gonna be interesting. I will say that much. It definitely will be interesting. Honestly, to tell you the truth, Polka Dots Days. It's weird for me to say that Days is my favorite because I love GH, but Days, the way that they tell the storytelling is so much better. The pacing is better. There's less fillers. It's better overall. Well, I wouldn't say overall, but now says I can't believe Gwen, Xander, and Leo drove Jack and Jennifer away. Again, no, I did feel kind of bad for Jack and Jennifer seeing how they lost Abby. Now they're losing the paper. Then Nikki said that clip of Diane and Nikki, Big Hunter, was because Diane thought Nick had. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember me watching that. Nikisha, I think you might have sent me that too. I think you might have actually sent me that. Polka Dots of Days has been my favorite by the past 3 years. Yeah, it is. It's. I mean, don't get me wrong, Polka Dots and everyone else in chat. I love GH. I love the characters. I just feel like they have way too many characters, and so it throws off the whole pacing. I started doing videos like, is Maxa getting lost in the sauce? Is Sasha getting lost in the sauce? What's going on? Fighting, not drugging. Oh, okay. All right. So that's a different one then. Okay. Now, CW says originally Diane stole Victor's sample so she could get pregnant, but Ashley stole it and switched it with another sample, which turned out to be Jack. That's how Diane had. Oh, wow. Okay, so they really went in. They really went in on this show. Oh, I'm definitely gonna try to. I'm definitely gonna sit there and try to find that clip then. Just as it's boring when soaps have scenes where people just sit and talk about boring stuff. Yeah, that's when you have those filler scenes. Like, okay, yesterday with B&B, Taylor and Brooke and the waiter flirting with Brooke. It seems so out of place. And this was literally, I felt like they didn't know what to do with Taylor and Brooke yesterday. They really didn't. They really didn't. Yeah, no, thank you, CW. Thank you. They didn't know what to do. Well, yeah, no, they thought you because you've been watching the show for a while, so you're kind of used to the first devil go around. Um, how was I Smith there saying? I don't even remember what I was saying now. I literally was in the middle of something of an actual thought, well, talking about something, and I just totally spaced out. Now, Tyrone says she should do another spinoff because I simply can't get enough of the vets and some of the other characters that have been there for a few years. Some be on the back burner. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's true, Tyrone. Thank you, Daisy Fly. Yeah, the Brooke and Taylor scene just seemed like it was. It wasn't even so much that it was out of place. It was just like they didn't know what to do with them. You know. But of course, they got contracts to fulfill, so they just showed them and the waiter now is flirting with Brooke, and Brooke is acting all stupid like she doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, that scene was so unnecessary, but for some odd reason, it was like, nope, we're just going to do it. Well, Matt, as long as we get more scenes with Leo, I'm happy. Yeah, no, AJ, Days is good. Days is definitely good. And, we'll have something else to sit there and talk about when you watch Days. Really, Anna? I just remember, well, only the first one. Then they did one back in the day, but apparently, wow, they okay, they yeah. He says they just like watching a bootleg version of Passions. Mm. And Nikki said, I'm still trying to figure out how D can finance that restaurant. Yeah, he seemed like he got a lot of money for that Cobra Kai stuff or something. I mean, yeah, they really did do that off screen. So it's like, now Gwen says, I am hitting and missing days and I have Peacock. Hippie says, and I'm glad the rest are still alive one day. Yeah, and they use them, and they use them. That's not even just. It's not even just that they're alive. They use them. Like Bobby's alive, and oh, there's all that. They do. They do, AJ. They do. I can only imagine if I actually did reviews on All My Children Will Like to Live. Now Anna says Marlena did it back in the day. And Polka Dot says, have you ever watched Passions? I did. It was so. No, I never watched Passions, Polka Dot. Never watched Passions. And I heard they used to do some crazy stuff with like witches and warlocks and. Thank you, Tracy Steves. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Tracy Steves. Thank you so much. CW says Passions off the chain. Now, Nikki said Passion was definitely the wildest show. Man, it almost sounds like in some ways I wish they can bring it back, but I don't think it would work. Now, ABC says if you're over the age of 17 years old and a Newman, you will be messy. So don't blame anything on Adam. Hmm. AJ says I'm a forever an ABC soap girl. Yeah, I did watch a lot of stuff on. I first started watching soap operas. It was One Like to Live, it was Poor Charles, and it was GH. Now Tracy says the join button comes up on the screen when you decide to super chat as well. I haven't seen that before. Really? Uh, really, Tracy? Because some people are sitting there saying they haven't seen it. I'm gonna try to put it in the chat for the next time now. I am. I'm gonna try to put it in the chat for the next time for tomorrow. I'm gonna try to see how to do that. I'm gonna try to see how to do that. Ugh, okay. Ugh. All right. I think I'm gonna sit there in the chat right now because My laptop is literally at 12%. So, and I don't really like to plug up my phone. Plug up my laptop while I'm working it in night shift. I don't like to sit there and charge my laptop while I'm actually using it. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. You have a great night. So I will sit there. I want to thank you all for joining me now. This was so much fun. Um, this was literally the best part of my day, like hands down. Thank you, Kyrie's again. Thank you to all my members. Thank you, everyone here. Yes, Janet, I definitely look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Anna. Oh, another Anna. We actually have to learn your whole name now because we're getting more Annas in the chat. Thank you, Becky D. Thank you. Thank you, Tyrone. Thank you, Polka Dots. Yes. Definitely gotta let me know when that single drops. So Johnson says, see you tomorrow for another edition of Soul Chat. Thank you for Albert Bostic. Thank you so much. Thank you, Atara. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan, for the super chat. Thank you, Tracy. Now, I know I'm missing somebody, but thank you also for the super chat. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe. This was so much fun. We had 60 people in the chat, and that's largely because people hit the like button. Thank you, Daisy Fly. You have a great night. Monique, AJ, Caroline, yes, you will definitely see me tomorrow. Look forward to seeing everyone here. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Stay safe, everyone. Now, Laura says may not be here tomorrow. My parents are taking me out for my birthday. Oh, okay. I put that in the book, so we'll sit there and try to give you a shout out tomorrow. Thank you, Black Mom. Thank you, everyone. But Laura B, happy early birthday. But since you may not be here tomorrow, and I just wish you a happy birthday tomorrow. Thank you, Black Mom. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, and yes, I look forward to seeing each and every single one of y'all tomorrow. This was a lot of fun. And have a good night now. Thank you. Later, everyone.